I'm super hyped for connected PCs, and I think everyone should be too. They're Windows laptops or two-in-ones that have built-in LTE radios and long-lasting batteries, so you can stay online wherever you go. There are two types of devices in Microsoft's connected PC category, those powered by Qualcomm and those using Intel chips. So far, we've only checked out Snapdragon-powered connected PCs, but now we've finally got our hands on an Intel version, the HP NVX2. To be clear, HP makes both Snapdragon and Intel versions of this same detachable, but we're looking at the Intel system here. The Qualcomm-powered devices run an ARM-based version of Windows, and while they deliver super speedy gigabit LTE and up to 20 hours of battery life, app compatibility remains a huge problem. On the other hand, you have Intel-powered options. They use pretty standard PC chips like a Core i5 or i7. That means they offer the same excellent performance and compatibility you've come to expect. But so far, the Intel Core i5-powered NVX2 falls short on battery. I could go on for days about the virtues of a lightweight laptop that's constantly online, but I'll control myself. I'll just say that it was a delight to be able to whip out the NVX2 at my favorite karaoke bar, pull up the song library, and have my friends look over my shoulder instead of having to flip through crummy old folders. The Verizon SIM that came in my review unit and Intel's XMM 7360 radio here provided quick downloads pretty much wherever I went. Some videos took longer to load than on Snapdragon laptops I've tested, but overall the speeds were comparable. As you can see here, we have both these devices equipped with Verizon SIM cards and Wi-Fi disabled. Surprisingly, there wasn't much of a speed difference between the two, despite the Samsung machine having Qualcomm's newer X20 LTE modem. Either way, thanks to the constant internet connection, these things are perfect for browsing emails or researching on the go. But while it was awesome to use the NVX2 on a sturdy bar top or table, it really sucked to type in a moving car. The 12.3-inch screen kept threatening to topple over as I wrote this review on my way to a briefing one day. It never did, but the tablet's constant wobbling gave me anxiety. Not only that, the keyboard case feels flimsy. When I rested my palms on either side of the touchpad, it registered a mouse click. It made getting work done nearly impossible since I ended up highlighting or dragging everything on the page. No! Okay, but I often had to resort to typing awkwardly with my hands hovering gingerly over the keyboard. When I asked HP about this, the company told me that this was the result of using a flexible keyboard. What? Those problems aside, the keys themselves have ample travel and are comfortable to use in most situations. The touchpad was mostly smooth and responsive, though I did run into a problem. At times during my testing, the device stopped recognizing 2- and 3-finger gestures and wouldn't let me scroll or pinch to zoom. I also wish the trackpad were slightly larger, but honestly considering the other issues, this is hardly the highest priority for HP. The keyboard folio clearly needs work, but the NVX2 itself is a solid machine. Its 1920 by 1280 screen is crisp and vibrant, though it's slightly hard to read under harsh sunlight. I have to hand it to HP. The company really knows how to make a good-looking device. The NVX2 is a slick slab of metal with a matte silver finish on its back that looks modern and elegant. And for all its flaws, the leathery texture on the keyboard case is a unique and classy touch, although I am sad that the touchpad is already showing signs of wear after barely 2 weeks of testing. The NVX2 also delivered solid performance for the most part, though it has hung on me twice. We've set up over here an attempt at performance comparison between the HP NVX2 on my right using an Intel Core i5 processor and the Galaxy Book 2 on my left using a Snapdragon 850 CPU, a relatively newer Snapdragon processor. They're each going to convert 10 pictures by resizing them to half their size and increasing things like brightness, saturation, and contrast using Fastone Photo Resizer. Bear in mind this isn't a good apples-to-apples comparison, but it should give us a good indicator of how powerful each one is. So we're gonna hit convert on both. 1, 2, 3, go. In the end, for the Snapdragon 850 system was 2 minutes and 8 seconds, while the Intel system did the same task in just 12 seconds. And to be fair, I've had the HP NVX2 for much longer than I've had the Samsung Galaxy Book 2, and so the HP NVX2 actually has more apps and more stuff already running in the background, whereas this is a brand new system out of the box. I haven't even signed into my Gmail. Another bonus of an Intel-based system is that I don't need to worry about app compatibility. I can use any program I want. While you can get most important apps on Snapdragon-powered devices these days, there might be a few that won't run on ARM, and you will definitely see some performance trade-offs compared to Intel's x86 architecture. Intel may have the upper hand when it comes to app compatibility, but Qualcomm's machines win on battery life. The Asus NovaGo lasted 14 hours on our battery test, easily beating the HP NVX2's 10.5. Snapdragon-powered devices promise up to 20 hours of battery life in Windows 10 S mode, so you could potentially see even better results there since I ran our tests on full Windows. The X2's battery life is decent, but a few extra hours could really help you meet that deadline when you're on a transatlantic flight. At $900, the NVX2 is more expensive than Lenovo's Mix 630 detachable and the Asus NovaGo laptop, which both use the older Snapdragon 835 CPU. Meanwhile, the just-announced Galaxy Book 2 uses a faster Snapdragon 850 chipset, but it costs a whopping $1,000. There are quite a few Intel alternatives available from brands like Dell, Lenovo, and Acer, but we sadly haven't gotten around to testing any of them yet and can't compare the experience. Qualcomm's machines deliver significantly longer battery life and faster downloads, so it's great for people who travel for long distances a lot. Ultimately though, most people will prefer the greater app selection and smoother performance of an Intel-based connected PC. Alas, a poor keyboard folio and some stutters keep the NVX2 from fulfilling the always connected PC promise.